Did you know that nearly 50% of women over 50 have less than $50,000 saved for retirement? There's a study that was done by Goldman Sachs that showed that 28% of women who are already retired have less than $50,000 saved. You are not a rare case. You are part of a huge silent club of women who were busy raising families, supporting others, maybe dealing with different life challenges such as divorce or healthcare challenges, or just busy trying to survive. But here's the good news. Now that you're aware, you can take control. So this video today is simple but very powerful. Whether you're 45, 55, or 65, you are not too old to build wealth. Your age is not your limitation, it is your superpower. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Dion of Dee-Lightful Wealth Creation. I paid off $60,000 in debt, made many mistakes along the way, and I'm pursuing financial stability and ultimately freedom. If your life is basically the scenario that I just mentioned about having less than 50,000 saved, you might be feeling a little embarrassed or even scared right now. Maybe you're thinking I should have started sooner, or I've wasted too many years, or I've made too many mistakes. You are not alone. Today I'm going to give you 10 suggestions so that you can earn more money quickly, so that you can reduce your debt, you can save more, and start investing more so you'd have more than that 50,000 for your retirement. But before we get into that, briefly I just want to mention 3 things that you need to have in place so that you can get started with this. And first is to track your spending. Knowledge is power. You can't fix it if you don't know what the problem is. And secondly, you need to start saving something, getting to the habit of saving. I don't care if it's just $50 a month. Set it up on automation and get into the habit of saving. And finally, get intentional about your income. And that's what we're going to talk about now. You can negotiate your salary, you can start a side hustle, or you can monetize skills that you have developed over the years. So let's get into the 10 suggestions. First, I want you to invest in the stock market. Did you know that investing just $35 per week can change your life over time? For example, if you invested $35 a week in the stock market into an ETF, an exchange traded fund, like the S&P 500 by Vanguard called VOO, with an annual average return of 8%, you can end up with a lot of money. Let me give you an example. With an 8% annual return, in 10 years, you'd have over 26,000. In 15 years, you'd have over 48,000. And in 20 years, you'd have over 80,000. But I have some news that's even better than that. I'm going to put up a snapshot here of what VOO has done in the past year, and it has been greater than 13%. So if you invested at $35 per week, you'd make way more than what I just mentioned. That $35 a week is the cost of one dinner for the week, or several coffees, fancy coffees that you've had for the week. And the beauty about investing in the stock market is that this money is growing for you. Once you put it in, you don't have to think about it anymore. Your money is growing while you are sleeping. You don't have to be rich to invest. You just need to be consistent. Number 2, take on a part-time job that has flexible hours. And I'm not saying to take on a job that is stressful. Take on something that is a low-stress part-time job, like retail, working on the weekends or in the evenings, especially like during the holiday times, to make a little extra money. How about driving Uber or Lyft on the weekends to deliver groceries with Instacart or DoorDash? What about working front desk, like a receptionist at a local gym or at an office or a community center? The key is steady supplemental income that doesn't overwhelm you. Use this income to either reduce your debt, save more if you don't have a mini emergency fund. I've spoken about that in previous videos, or use it to invest at $35 per week. What about renting out a room or a space in your home? Hear me out. If you have extra space, you can rent it short-term or long-term. You can use Airbnb, you can use VRBO, and you can rent it to a traveling nurse or to a college student. A spare bedroom can bring in an extra $600 to $1,200 per month in certain areas. And I have a great example for this. I have a friend who's a nurse just like myself. She rents out 3 rooms in her home to other healthcare professionals, and she has been able to reduce her out-of-pocket expense for her mortgage to just $600. Her mortgage is $2,500. Her tenants pay the majority of her mortgage and they pay all of her utilities. All she spends is $600. She's still working as a nurse full time. So now she's able to take the income that she is making to use it for her debt reduction. She can use it for savings and definitely use it for more investing. And it frees her up for options to be able to do other ventures that she's interested in. Speaking of housing, consider downsizing or relocating for lower costs of living. If your housing or your living expenses eat up most of your income, which on average it takes about 30 to 40% of your income, relocation or downsizing may be a viable option for you. It could free up hundreds of dollars each month. Consider moving to a smaller home or getting a roommate where you can cut your rent in half. So now your out-of-pocket expense is much lower, like my friend that I mentioned in the previous example. This could be the single biggest move that you make that could free up a lot of your income and really help you save and invest. Create a quick wins budget and a debt attack plan. Track every dollar that you spend for the month and create a simple plan that you can stick to. Slash non-essential spending and use that money that you've just freed up, that extra income, to pay off the smallest high interest debt that you have. This builds up momentum and it will free up even more money. So now you can focus more on reducing your debt, saving more, especially if you don't have a mini emergency fund, and also begin investing. In the description box below, I offer an ebook, Where's My Money Going? And this book will help you create a quick wins budget that shows you how to slash non-essential expenses. And this will free up more money that you can use, again, to reduce your debt, save more, and to be able to invest. Start freelancing or offering a service you already know. What you already know is childcare, baking, tutoring, bookkeeping, organizing, caregiving. How about writing, sewing, editing, and offer it as a paid service in your community or online. This is a low-cost startup side little business that you can do where you can use Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Fiverr, Nextdoor to offer your services. And you can offer it on the weekends, like babysitting on the weekends, or be a virtual assistant. How about turning a hobby into an income? Are you good with crafting? Are you good with baking and gardening? Do you take great photos? Turn it into a side hustle. You can sell items on Etsy. You can go to farmers markets and sell things. You could even do like those pop-up sales. Join one of those and rent a little booth or area, set up a table and advertise and sell what you have. Even making just $100 a week, that's $400 extra for the month that can be put towards your goal of becoming more financially stable and independent. 8, learn a new skill that pays quickly. Invest a small amount of your time to learn a new skill that's high in demand and you're able to monetize it pretty quickly. I'll give a couple of examples here. How about resume writing, social media management, data entry, online customer service? Use free resources like YouTube, Coursera, Google Certificates, or Udemy. Many are very low cost. And one of my church members, she just got her Google certificate in digital marketing. And so now she is offering her services as a part-time business. Number 9, sell unused or gently used items from your home for quick cash. Go through your home and declutter with a purpose. Sell furniture, clothes, electronics, kitchen appliances that you no longer use that are in great condition. Use apps like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, or eBay. Set a goal. Try to set a goal to make about $500 in the next 30 days from the items that you already own. And again, use that money to reduce your debt. If you don't have your mini emergency fund, which I suggest a mini emergency fund of $500, that'll be it right there. Or use some of the money towards investing that $35 per week in the stock market. And finally, say yes to change. Step outside of your comfort zone. Remember that comfort keeps you stuck. Change creates freedom. So say yes to the side job. Say yes to downsizing. Say yes to learning something new. Every step you take now creates options for your future self. So you'll be able to spend more time with your family if that's what you want. If you want to travel, if you want to pursue dreams you've had that you've been keeping on hold all this time as you've been nurturing and taking care of everyone else. Here's the truth. When a woman is over 45 and decides to get serious about her money, she's unstoppable. You bring life experience, grit, a no time for nonsense attitude that honestly is your secret power. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And you're already on the path because you're here, you're learning, you're growing, and you are taking charge and making changes. Look, I know that it's not always easy, and I know there are days where you will feel overwhelmed, but I also know that if you can handle all the things that you have already survived in life, raising kids, heartbreaks, career changes, and challenges, you can absolutely handle your finances. So here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment below and state, I am not too old to build wealth. Say it loud, claim it, and own it. If you haven't done so already, download my ebook, Where's My Money Going, to get your money management on track. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and please share it with other fabulous women like yourself who can benefit from this valuable information. You've got this. I believe in you. And now it's time for you to believe in yourself. Your best financial years are just ahead. And remember, I'm also on this journey with you. So until next time, take care.